Hi everyone, welcome to this video. My name is T. If you're new here, I really do hope everyone's day is going well. Today I would like to talk about the social media sensation that is all the rave, TikTok. I feel like no matter what your feelings are about TikTok, whether you're an avid everyday user or you just think it's a silly app for kids, we can all attest to the power that TikTok holds. But no one here is stupid. There's some funny business happening over there that I should have addressed a long time ago. And I know never late is better, but better late than never. So let's talk. You've heard me mention TikTok once or twice on this channel because I really got my start on TikTok. Well, that's not completely true. Like, the origin was always YouTube. I always started here. But TikTok was what really got the ball rolling over here. And I'm super thankful for that because I was about to quit. I never told y'all that story, have I? Child, pull up a chair. This time last year, I was getting an average of 25 views per video. Not 2,500. Damn sure not 25,000. 25. No zeros involved. And it was rough because I was putting out the same quality content that I'm putting out now. Maybe just a different camera and maybe a different editing software, but I was talking the same shit. You see that Black Media Outlets video? I remember celebrating when that video got to 60 views. You see that Stars of the 2000s video? That 25-minute video that took me weeks of research that I completed while simultaneously working a full-time desk job. Jeez, so suffering. I posted it, and at the end of its first day, it got a whopping 19 views. And it stayed that way for an entire month. I know some odd life. Because of this, I was right on the brink of slowing down drastically. I mean, I was never gonna quit completely because at the end of the day, this is my passion, but it was gonna operate more like a hobby. And then quarantine hit and TikTok was all the rave, and I said, all right, let me try one more thing. This was my master plan. I said, I'm going to create a TikTok and I'm gonna try to become popular on TikTok. And if and when my page becomes popular, I'm going to use that popularity to promote my YouTube channel. And it's worked. I am still in shock to this day. So long story short, for a while I felt a sort of allegiance to TikTok, but in reality it was my followers. It was the people who share my videos, who save my videos, who boost my videos. Because it's not that TikTok necessarily favored me, it's that my followers helped me outsmart this algorithm that was plotting on my downfall from day one, allegedly. Because as time went on, I started to realize that TikTok on that bullshit, not just for me, but also for creators who look like me, creators who identify like me. And if it's one thing I won't do, is stand by and let you play in my motherfucking face. And that's why I left. I want to talk candidly about all of the reasons why I feel TikTok's algorithm is so blatantly suppressive and discriminatory. And I'm just gonna put a blanket allegedly out there just in case, but you know, I did come with receipts, so allegedly your ass to that. Let's pivot away from what has directly affected me and talk about what I've noticed has been affecting other people. The overt, flagrant, shameless theft of ideas from Black creators.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club. Nothing is there.
Actually, before we get into that, let's talk about this creator fund. Yes, this wolf in sheep's clothing, they call it creator fund. A couple months ago, TikTok announced that they were finally going to operate like other semi-decent social media platforms and start allowing creators to make money off of their videos. Oh, we jumped for joy, didn't we? Especially me, because at that time I was right on the brink of getting to 100,000 followers on that app. I was on fire. I'm rolling at 100, 200, 300K easy on a video. I was doing numbers on the top, believe that. Go check the stats, they're still up there. So of course, I was ecstatic when I heard this creator fund was coming out, and in the promotion of it, they made sure to emphasize that it was going to be a $1 billion fund. Which, now that I think about how many eligible creators are on the app, it doesn't really seem like that much, but this was back when I was still working for tens of dollars on the hour. So needless to say, hearing $1 billion, that'll make it drop. Just for it to roll out, and mind you, at this time, my YouTube was finally starting to take off, so I actually didn't join the Creator Fund. TikTok was really just in my peripheral. Just for me to come back a week after this Creator Fund rollout and see everybody on my For You page talking about, guys, is it just me, or did your views get cut in half too after joining this Creator Fund?
What did he say?
TikTok, of course, denies this, but wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it? The second they start offering creators money based on views, they cut views in half. The way this fund is set up, the only people who can actually see a real profit off of it are the creators with the accounts with millions of followers who, again, are stealing from small creators. Huge accounts who, again, were already making that money from their stolen content because brands were reaching out to them to do sponsored posts and musicians were reaching out to them to dance to their songs. Everybody knows that on TikTok, people be dancing. The second there's a new hot song, there's a new viral dance the same day. Majority of these dances are choreographed by small creators who are just dancing for the love of dance. And majority of these small accounts are being run by young black kids. Not all dances are created by young black kids, but a good chunk. Now, what often happens is a dance will get a little buzz in its TikTok subgroup. For those who don't know, TikTok has a lot of little cliques around the app. There's art TikTok, witch TikTok, mom TikTok, queer TikTok, alt TikTok, the list goes on. So a dance will become popular in its subgroup first, and then it'll start snowballing and snowballing, picking up more and more traction until it reaches the TikTok that the general public is familiar with. Influencer TikTok, which operates very much like the cool kids table. And that's pretty much the formula. But you see, these black creators, they have been begging for like the past year to be credited for their dances. They're like, look, if you do my dance, all I need you to do is tag me in the caption. I don't need you to write me a check. I don't need to hear from your lawyer. I just need people to know that I was the one who created this dance. Why? People are making whole ass careers out of these dances. I mean, look at the whole Charli Jalea situation. Let me recap for those of you who have forgotten or just don't keep up with this stuff. So the Renegade dance was created by a 14-year-old black girl in Atlanta named Jalea Harmon. To put things into perspective for some people, the Renegade dance to Gen Z was what Crank That Soulja Boy was to millennials. At the time, there was no bigger dance on that app than the Renegade. I mean, everybody was doing it. Well, not everybody. I mean, I wasn't doing it. That dance is a little bit too complicated for me. I mean, I could Superman on these hoes, but all of that, wait, no. But back to what I was saying, that dance found its way to the cool kids table, and popular creators such as Charli D'Amelio started receiving worldwide recognition for doing this dance. And when I say worldwide recognition, I do not mean that lightly. They were getting signed to talent agencies, they were getting invited to late night talk shows, to the NBA All-Star Game, they were dancing with J-Lo for the Super Bowl challenge. Truly life-changing opportunities. And Jalea had to sit at home and watch other people become famous, not just popular, but Hollywood famous off of her hard work. And when Jalea was reaching out in the comments asking for credit for her dance, she was completely ignored and she was actually getting bullied in the comments. So obviously these little dances are greater than something you just do at parties. They have the power to change people's lives. And not just the lives of the person dancing it, but of the artist who's singing the song that the person is dancing to. For example, Megan Thee Stallion and the Savage dance, which was also created by a young black woman named Kiki Wilson. The song Savage became popular because of Kiki's dance. Full stop. I know it's a pretty okay song and it's Megan Thee Stallion, so it was gonna do well regardless. But let's be honest here. If it wasn't for that TikTok dance, that song probably would not have charted as high as it did. If it wasn't for that TikTok dance, Beyonce probably would not have chosen that specific song to remix. That Beyonce and Megan collaboration was gonna happen regardless. We know that. But TikTok most definitely played a role in that. I mean, Beyonce literally led her verse with hips TikTok when I dance. Come on. It's a double entendre, let's keep up. And to name a couple others, the Out West Challenge, created by Nicole Bloomgarden, the Captain Hook Dance, created by Sky Beauty, the Muwap Dance, created by JDR. All of these dances and more have been stolen from small creators, but profited off of by large creators. Actually, let me not even say large creators, let me just say large accounts, because they ain't creating shit. It's theft. So it is pertinent that people credit these creators for those dances, because all of those opportunities that let me say her full name, Charlie D'Amelio, Tony Lopez, Addison Rae, and everybody else at that damn cool kids table, all of those opportunities that they got should have been given, or in the very least shared with, Jalea Harmon and Kiki Wilson and Nicole Bloomgarden, and the list goes on. But my biggest issue here, aside from the thievery, is with TikTok the app. Because this is something that could have been remedied a long time ago. Look at how long we've been complaining about this. Look at how long. By the time I'm relaying this information, this is old news and still nothing. They could have easily created an interface in the app that makes it normal protocol to credit creators for their dances or challenges. TikTok cannot look me in my face and tell me that that is too big of a task. All them useless features and filters that app has, people out here creating whole ass Picassos with these filters. And I'm not talking nothing major, I'm talking a feature as simple as check a box. For those of you who post videos, you know how when you record a video and right before you post it, you have to fill out all those fields? There could be a field that says, does your video contain a dance? If the answer is yes, you check a box, and then it automatically pops up a field that says DC, which stands for dance credit, and you enter the person's name.
Hello, another interjection. I know there's a lot this video, just bear with me. Another feature TikTok could install in case people truly can't figure out who did the dance first is a sorting tool. When you click on a sound, you see how it posts the cool kids table at the top? That's no problem because their videos are the most popular and that's understandable. But like any other website, there should be a sorting tool where you can automatically sort these videos by name, popularity, date, etc. And once the videos are sorted by upload date, a user can easily scroll down to the bottom and see who posted the dance first.
But you see, the people over at TikTok headquarters, they know this. They're just playing stupid. It's not that they're unaware, it's that they don't care. And I have a big bad theory, a big bad boy piece of information as to why that is.
I'm sitting on a bad boy piece of information. Do you understand? A bad boy piece of information.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that the reason they keep allowing all this to happen is because they know that the heartbeat of this app is POC creatives. People who are just doing this for fun. So they're probably recording on their Androids in their messy rooms with bad lighting. And if this app makes it a way for small creators with mediocre video setups to get the success they deserve and they become the face of the app, it just doesn't look as good as these influencers with model-esque bodies dancing in front of their backyard pools, now does it? Or the influencers dancing on their balconies that overlook the city of Malibu, huh? They want these Black creators to operate as ghostwriters and for the stars of the show to be the kids at the cool kid table. That is my theory. Now, I've heard people say TikTok suppression of videos is not calculated. It only looks discriminatory on the outside. You're looking at it all wrong, they've said to me. Your videos can't get suppressed unless you are violating the community guidelines. Them vague ass, murky ass, preferential ass community guidelines, them the ones you talking about? Let's quickly run through these community guidelines, okay? Just to give you an idea. So if you violate any of the following, your video could be muted, removed, or your account could be terminated altogether, okay? Terrorism, violent extremist organizations, any kind of trafficking, criminal activity, weaponry, drugs, fraud, graphic content, self-harm, hate speech, harassment, minor safety, just to give you an idea. Now that's a great list, and I completely agree. If you are partaking in any of those things in your videos, you deserve to have your account terminated. But which one of those did I violate when I was talking about the season finale of Insecure Season 4? Which one of those was Taj violating when she was simply doing her makeup? Or when Evelyn, an autistic creator, made a series of fictional characters she thought might be autistic too? Which one of those was I violating when my views were cut in half when I hashtagged George Floyd? Or when BIPOC creators were trying to get hashtag Blackout Day or hashtag Indigenous Peoples Day off the ground? Or maybe we should talk about the day the BLM hashtag conveniently stopped working in the wake of worldwide protests.
Are you surprised? Why is that so, why is that so mind-blowing?
So let's recap. We have young black creators getting their creations stolen and having to watch as the cool kids reap the benefits of their hard work. And even though it's an easy fix, TikTok has conveniently erased themselves from the narrative. We have a creator fund that allegedly cuts views in half so that small accounts barely make enough money to fill up their gas tank. And we have biased community guidelines that the app seemingly enforces, but only for some people. When will the madness cease? When will it stop? Truthfully, I wish the bias of algorithms across all social media platforms was more broadly spoken about, but I don't think I'll live to see today. Because we could sit up here and complain, and truthfully, all they're gonna do is make us seem delusional with their tech jargon and their legal speak. And in the end, it's our word and our personal experience and observations versus billion-dollar corporations and artificial intelligence. On top of that, most creators who are being screwed over, they don't even want to speak out. And let me be clear, I do not think any less of them because of it. The only reason I'm even okay with speaking about TikTok in this way is because I'm gonna join that creator fund. Like, I'm not making no money off of them. I literally have nothing to lose as far as TikTok is concerned. Whereas on a platform like this one, where you are watching this video right now, I don't think I could be so brave. And I have thoughts about this algorithm as well. But at the end of the day, we all bite our tongues when our livelihoods and our dreams are on the line. And in this case, knowing the power that these apps hold to change lives, I think it would benefit creators more to continue to call them out and demand change rather than to give up completely. But TikTok, you need to do better. And we're not gonna stop calling you out until you do. Cause I've been meaning to post something again. I've been missing top tier trifling. That was my baby. Posting my hot takes about fictional characters in 60 seconds or less and then kikiing with y'all in the comments. That stuff was so much fun. TikTok can be a great platform for the most part, but when it's bad, it's bad. And I want nothing more from that app. I don't want no preferential treatment. I don't want a head start. I just want fairness for all creators. So will I return to TikTok one day? Maybe. At the time I'm recording this video, I think it's still No Nuance November, so I might stop by to participate in that. It's kind of right up my alley, you know? But I don't know if I'll make it a consistent thing ever again because bad taste in my mouth. Thank you all so much for watching this video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Be sure to leave your thoughts and your comments down below. I do have a little announcement though that I am super excited to share with you. So here goes. So for the holiday season, I want to do something that helps families and people in need. So I've been racking my brain like, should I promote a specific charity? Should I raise money and then write a check? But I don't want to do anything that only has my name on it. I want this to be a collaborative effort from all of us. So here's what's happening. I'm gonna create a Google Doc. I got this idea from Shed Boudram, by the way. So there will be a Google Doc with 3 columns. Column A will tell you who this person is and with a link to their social media or GoFundMe. Column B will tell you their race, orientation, and column C will give you a brief summary of what they're in need of this holiday season and why. That way people can have multiple options of who they would like to donate to, and I think knowing a person's backstory will just make things feel a little bit more personal. That Google Doc will be available to access in the next video after this one, but starting now, what you can do is email me if you are or know someone who can benefit from this initiative. So in the description, there's a format that I would like the email to be in. Please just copy and paste and follow the format just so I can organize the Google Doc faster. So yeah, copy and paste that to my business email, which is noirinquiries@icloud.com, and we'll take it from there. I am super excited for this. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, however you're feeling today, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.